What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, Rob, back with another episode of From My Experience Podcast. I'm solo dolo on this one. We can't get back on track, man. I mean, since we took that one break, that's the problem with a break. We took one break and it just screwed up all the momentum. So now we got to kind of get things back in order. But never fear, I am here. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. I'm not going to talk your ear off, but I want to talk about something I've been through lately, and something very important. So let's talk about transitioning in a relationship. I'm going to touch on that, maybe a couple other things as they come to my mind, but transitioning, well, not in a relationship, but into a relationship. So dating, right? So I'm dating, you know, and when it comes to dating, everyone has different quote unquote rules, standards, procedures, however. But I mean, the typical rule of thumb that I've seen and I've experienced is, you date whoever you want, I date whoever I want. Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Until I think it gets to a place to where, all right, you know what? Dang, I really like you. Like, I like spending time with you versus this, that, and the third. So, I only want to date you. And I only want you to date me. So I guess that is called dating exclusively is the next step. And then from there, if things develop and continue to go well, you enter into a relationship. That is the norm or whatever. Sometimes that dating exclusively thing is out and y'all jump straight into the relationship. Me traditionally have just been, I've been the same. I typically date one person, end up liking them, and then end up like, yo, all right, what's up with you and me? You know what I mean? So, but I'm finding out now that ain't the case. I'm not gonna say finding out now. I know other people have done it differently, but me personally, it's hard for me to split my attention amongst multiple women, especially when I'm looking for something serious. Like if I'm just having fun and I just want the company of a woman, looking at that beautiful smile or those pretty eyes or smelling that fragrance or feeling that soft skin next to me. Ooh! Okay, that's one thing. But when I want something that's serious, number one, I'm looking at your qualities and characteristics as a person. Number two, I'm looking at your goals and ambition. Number three, I'm looking at the way we interact and the way we get along. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things that matter. And those are things that you can kind of see more so on the surface and with spending time with someone, because you gonna show up. I don't care how much fronting you like to do, how much flexing you got to do, you gonna show up eventually. And when I say you gonna show up, the real you, your flaws and all. And then the question becomes, is this something I can put up with? Is all of it gonna show up? No. You find out stuff as time goes on. One of my friends who was a psychology major, what she learned in school was it takes about 2 years for you to really know someone. So, I digress. One thing I have to say to y'all when it comes to transitioning is you can't be afraid to have the conversation. Like, one thing that I've been terrible at is protecting my feelings, meaning I'll invest the time, effort, and energy into someone and not vocalize that I want more. I used to assume that they understood that, hey, I'm taking you out, I'm kissing you on the lips, I'm hugging you. Obviously, that's someone who wants to be with you. Duh. To me. But I could be wrong. Maybe that person just wants some ass. Yeah. Okay, I get that. So that was me in the past. That was that guy taking you on dates, and then 4, 5, 6 months later, oh, I didn't know you were interested in me, and I started going out with such and such. Meaning, one, you were seeing somebody else while you were seeing me. Okay, we weren't exclusive, cool. But two, you weren't taking me seriously. Grant, all right, so duly noted. So what I had to do is start realizing my time is valuable. And I also had to realize that I'm better than that. You know what I'm saying? So, fast forward to today. Me, I'm a straight to the point type of person. Like, when I'm with someone and I like you, I'm going to let you know, how I feel about you and let you know what I want and where I'm trying to be and where I'm trying to go with you. There's no beating around the bush. I'm not saying on the first date or the second date or going all fast, but like, when those feelings come or when I feel that way, I'm going to let you know. It might be a month. It might be 2 months, whatever. I'm not going to hold out. So, that was another issue. Like, so many people hold out. Oh, it's too soon. Nah, it's not too soon. You got to put the person on notice, because when you don't put a person on notice, you leave it up to your interpretation, and then you have to assume. Because if you don't know where someone stands, you can't assume that y'all on the same page. So you can't be afraid to have the conversation and say, hey, I'm looking for something serious. I like spending time with you. I don't want to just be your friend. I want to be more than friends. I want to be with you. If you're not ready for that right now, understand. But just know that I'm dating you with intentions on us being together. You and me, nobody else. Bong. Easy. Done. That's universal. That's it. That's all you got to say. That is putting the person on notice. They're going to give you a response. And you can follow that up with, is that something that you're looking for? Is that what you want with me? Because you can't do that on the first date, because you got to spend time with someone to know if that's what you want from them. Now, if those are your intentions, period, then you can say, I'm looking for something serious, and stop it right there. But that doesn't mean you want it with them. Now, when you want it with them, I think you should let them know. Now, from there, you have to transition to the next step, which is you get a choice. You're going to get 1 or 2 answers, after a while. It's either going to be, yes, I want to move on with you and do things, or I need more time, or no, that's not what I want. 3 answers, my bad. So if they want to move on with you and do the same thing, okay, y'all keep dating, and then it progresses. Bong. Number 2, if they say no, what I'm saying, but they still, that's not what I'm looking for right now, I just want to have fun, then it is your choice to stick around or let that person go. Also, the next answer is very tricky. Well, I could see myself with you, or I think I want that with you, but I'm just not sure yet. I need more time. You also have a choice to stick around, but you need to know that that's a tricky one, because you don't know if that person is going to end up wanting to be with you or not. They don't know. They're unsure. You have the unsure factor. So, again, protecting your feelings. So, let's say you continue to move on with the person. You continue to move on. More time goes on. Y'all spending more time together. You're getting closer and closer and closer. And the conversation comes up again. Now, this is not a conversation, I don't think. And again, now the second time you bring it up, you need to be a bit more careful. So you don't want to, if you feel like you're going to be the nagger and you're asking every month, what's going on with you and me, blah, 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 then I think you need to walk away, because you're not giving that person time. When someone says they need time, you really need to give them time. Unfortunately, there is no measurement or standard for this time. So, let's say you give them 5 months. 5 months of dating and going out, seeing each other. Let's say y'all going out 3-4 times a week or something. That's a lot. 5 months, that's a lot of time together. I feel like by then, you bring it up again. If they haven't brought it up, talk about your feelings or whatever. Hey, I don't want to drag this into the dirt or, pressure or anything. But, how are you feeling about us now? Last time we had this conversation, you weren't ready. But, some more time has gone by. And, I really want to move forward with you. Mind you, the other caveat to that is y'all aren't exclusive, or whatever you want to call it. Exclusively dating or in a relationship, whatever you want to call it. So this whole time, they may have been going out on dates with other people. They may not have. Those are details that you'll find out all along. And I feel like if that person is really into you, they probably wouldn't be going on dates with anybody else, because they would prefer to go out with you rather than anybody else. And you have to be okay with that person giving time to somebody else too. If you're just dating and you want to play the waiting game and wait them out, you got to be okay with them dating someone else. That don't mean you got to like it. That don't mean you got to agree with it. But that means that you're telling them that I'm willing to accept whatever it is, whatever arrangement we have. All right, so the next step, once you bring up the conversation for the second time, you need to be a bit more, not aggressive, but a bit more clear. So you bring up the conversation again, the person's still not ready. Then I think the question is, okay, well, what's going on? What makes you feel like you're not ready? I feel like we spend enough time together. Where is this really going? Because here's the thing. This is just me. Maybe when you're younger, but I'm a bit older. I'm in my 30s. I'm not trying to spend 2-3 years dating one person before they decide, oh, let's be together. Nah. I feel like at the age I'm at now, and the age, of the women that I date, which are a similar age, you should have figured some things out about yourself to let you know if you're ready for a relationship. And if you are not ready for a relationship, and I've heard this on multiple podcasts, then you might not want to date. You might want to take a break from dating, or dating anyone who's looking for something serious, because you know they're looking for something serious. So if you know you're not there and you don't want that, why would you continue to date someone who is looking for that? You know, now it's okay if you're dating someone who is looking for that and you thought you wanted it but realized you weren't ready. That's a different story. But if you know deep down in your heart and in your mind, I don't want nothing serious no time soon until I do these 15 things in my life. When someone comes along and you know that they're serious, you need to let them go, even if they want to stick around. So that's just my opinion. But yeah, get to the root of it. The second time, get to the root of it. You know, why don't you want to move forward? And they need to give you a real answer. It's not, I need more time. But if they give you a BS floundering ass answer, quite honestly, you need to be out. But whatever the answer, but if they give you a real legit answer, then it's up to you to look at that real legit answer and analyze that and say, is this something that I'm willing to put up with? You know, even if it's, you know, you trying to get to the next step of dating exclusively or being in a relationship, whichever step you're at, whatever answer they give you, you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, okay, you know, maybe they're thinking about, I don't know, switching churches and want to get closer to God. Maybe they don't feel comfortable physically and want to lose some weight. Maybe they're career focused and don't feel like they can dedicate time to a relationship. Maybe they're thinking about moving somewhere and don't want distance. Maybe they're still healing from their last relationship and, you know, they haven't finished healing yet and they're still a little unsure about you. Maybe there's something about themselves that they want to get to a certain point in their life before they get into a relationship. Or, and quite honestly, this is the truth, maybe they're scared. Whatever the reason is, you know, it's up to you to listen to that and then say to yourself, okay, am I willing to wait on them to work out their shit? Bottom line. You know, and then you can adjust from there. You can, A, continue to stay around and do what you've been doing, hoping that things turn your way. B, cut them off. Not cut them off. I didn't mean to sound, you know, like cut them off. But it's like, walk away. Hey, you know, we can be cool. We can be friends. We can still go out from time to time. But, you know, I'm not going to press the issue or, you know, put as much energy towards you because clearly you're not ready. So, I mean, why am I going to give you that energy if you're not ready? Or the last choice, you can leave them alone completely. Just give them all the space that they need. Walk away, move on, do your thing, let them do their thing. Because the thing is this, if you're asking to be with someone, you have emotions and you're connected. You know, you want something from them that you can't have. And it's not always going to feel good. What if they decide to go on a date with somebody else? What if they decide they don't want to talk to you anymore? You know, what if they, you know, just don't ever bring it up or talk about their feelings? There's a lot of things. There's a lot of risk to sticking around after that point. So you need to either adjust the amount of activity or amount of time you're giving them. You need to walk away completely, which I think is probably the best answer. If you want to protect your feelings, the best answer is give that person their space and walk away. If you know you're not okay with just dating them and you want to be with them and they're not there yet, you know, this is just my opinion. I'm not the expert. You should walk away, or you can stick around and, you know, take your chances. Maybe they'll come around, maybe they won't. I don't know. That's it. That's my 2 cents, you know. That's just, you know, because I know there's people out there like me who have been through this or been in similar situations. So that's just my experience with it. I just think the best policy is always be real and upfront. You know, and you can't be afraid. Now, let me get back to that. I didn't talk about that. You can't be afraid. So part of the fear is, well, if I bring up wanting a commitment, they ain't going to talk to me no more and they're going to stop. That's what you want. I don't care how fine they are. I don't care how much fun you have with them. I don't care how much they make you laugh, how much they make you smile. Those are some of the things you want. Yes. But if you want to be the only one that they're doing that with and doing that for, that's another thing. And if they're not willing to make you the only one, what you sticking around for? You want that temporary pleasure or do you want the permanent pleasure? or a chance at the permanent pleasure. You know, that's what you're really running the risk of. So you can't be afraid to ask the questions and find out. When you want to know, you got to ask in order to find out. I mean, that's just straight up. That's it. You can't be afraid. And if they walk away, it wasn't meant to be. And I hate this phrase. I hate it. If it's meant to be, it'll happen. If it's meant to be, it'll be. I hate that phrase because we have the control. We're the ones who can put our fears to the side and say, yes, let's take a chance. We control that. You know what I'm saying? We also control, if it's meant to be, it'll be, which means you're choosing to walk away instead of taking a chance, instead of being uncomfortable. Because a relationship involves two people. You're uncomfortable just like the other person's uncomfortable. You're frustrated just like the other person's frustrated. And I had a conversation with a coworker today, and she said, what happened to people growing together, starting from the bottom and digging to the top? And I had a conversation with my frat brother. Shout out to CV. Check out their podcast, We Here, man. Him and Jess. So there's no such thing as perfect timing. And I've been through this where I felt like, now, there was a point in my life where I just was not comfortable with myself. Financially, physically, emotionally, I just wasn't. And I have a regret to this day because my friend hooked me up and I went on a date with a very beautiful young lady, very good personality, and I just wasn't together, man. And I brought the date down. It sucked, and I regret it to this day. And since that date, I really stopped dating after that. I said, I need to get my shit together because I just wasn't myself. So once I got some things together, had a relationship, good relationship, that ended. And then I was back to the drawing board, got some more stuff together. We got back to dating, but I got back to dating when I realized, one, I have the mentality and mindset that I want. Two, I'm actively working towards and actively engaged in reaching my goals. I'm not in the planning phase anymore. I'm in the execution phase. That was my comfort zone. There's no woulda, coulda, shoulda. The shorty is like, what are your plans? What are you doing with your life? Hey, I DJ. Hey, I have a podcast. Hey, I sell houses. So you got concrete stuff. I'm not, I think in 3 months I'm trying to do this right now. Some people are comfortable at the planning stage. I wasn't. So now that I'm executing, I ain't got to talk to you. You can see what I'm doing because I believe actions speak louder than words. So you can see what I'm doing. And if that ain't enough, if you want to see the end result, okay, fine. That's your choice to walk away. However, that don't mean I'm still going to be where I'm at today mentally and still going to want to be interested in you. But I found my comfort zone with myself. So I got back out there and started dating. So that's what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? I know what I can and cannot put up with when it comes to dating and relationships. And I know what I want. I know where I'm headed. Am I where I want to be financially? No. I got some stuff I'm still working on. But I'm comfortable and confident enough to date a woman and let her know what's going on in my life and where I'm trying to be. And I'm fairly confident my current level of success is enough for her to look at it and say, okay, he's serious. He'll get there. I can work with that, quote unquote, which is, basically it. Because, that's what you're really looking at. Does someone want me for who I am, where I am right now? Because, rich you, broke you, successful you, unsuccessful you, you're still you. You are. Now, you being comfortable in your own skin and your own place in your life, that's something that you got to work out that no one else can fix. No one can make you comfortable with it no matter what. So, holding on, I will caution you not to hold on to that. I'm going to wait for the perfect time and the time is not right. Get to a place of comfort, and get to a place of comfort and execution. Because, if you wait, to be real, I'm not going to be where I want to be and have my stuff where I want it till probably my mid-40s, to be 100% with y'all. So what do I look like being in my mid-40s? All right, I got my investment property, I got my motorcycles, I got my cars, I got $250K in the bank, I'm good. All right, now it's time to start dating. Now it's time to find the chick. Nah. No. Who am I going to find? I'd rather find someone now who's either ahead of me or at least in the same boat as me. so we can relate, we can help each other, we can build. Someone who's been there. She's ahead of me. She's been through a struggle. She's seen the hardship. And to me, she'll know if she wants to help. She'll know if she wants to help me through that or not. Or be there for me through it or not. Or look at me and say, you know what? He's a fighter like me. He'll make it through. I can stick with him or not. Or someone that's in the same boat. So when I have an attitude or they have an attitude or a long day, I understand a long day. If you had a long work week and we couldn't hang out as much as we wanted, that's fine because I understand. I've done it too. I've been there too. I'm in the same boat as you. I'm not going to argue with you or fuss with you or hold you up about it because I'm going through it too. So I think the mental level of understanding between the two of you is extremely important. That's all I got. Short and sweet. Everyone will be back next week. We'll get back on schedule. Thank you guys for rocking with us. SoundCloud, YouTube, Facebook, From My Experience Podcast, iTunes Store. Still working on Google Play. I lied. I'm not working on Google Play. I'm going to have to outsource that to somebody to compress those files. And yeah, it's going to be a while. But sorry. Facebook group, From My Experience Podcast. Make sure you join it. Follow us on Instagram, FME_podcast. I'm going to be posting stuff on there. Freaky Friday questions are going to start being posted where I ask some kind of weird ass freaky question on Friday and try to get some responses from y'all. I'm also going to post that question in the group to get responses from y'all. From My Experience Podcast at gmail.com. Send us your emails with questions. We'll respond to your questions on the show. If you have a topic, if you want to be a guest, holla at us. Thank you for the support, and I will catch y'all next time. Peace.